Now, there's no denying that VIT Chennai is among the country's premier engineering institutes. But the first thing that one can't help but notice as soon as they set foot on this campus is that it's state-of-the-art. So tell us about some of the amenities and facilities on offer.
So VIT Chennai is located in about 200 acres of land. So this gives a lot of room for us to build beautiful academic buildings which have a lot of labs and research centers.
Sure.
And apart from that, we have huge hostels for both boys and girls. And we have plenty of outdoor and indoor games for the students to develop their skills. Coming back to the engineering part of it, we have the traditional civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and electronics engineering.
Right.
But then we also have a lot of emerging areas of computer science. Apart from the core computer science, we have programs in artificial intelligence, robotics, data analytics, and IoT. So the students are very interested in learning the emerging areas. So we made sure, even in the conventional branches, we teach them computer science, like Java programming and Python programming. So everybody gets to use the programming language in their own field of application.
Sure. VIT Chennai as an institute is obviously deeply committed to research, with over 1,000 students pursuing their Ph.D. here. But on the flip side, it's also an institute that encourages pursuing your personal passions, whether it be the arts, the athletics, so on and so forth. So how do you strike that balance?
Well, it's tough to make a balance, but we still give them a lot of opportunities. See, we make sure there is time for students to do both curricular activities like attending classes, but also to pursue their passion outside curriculum. There are plenty of options for students where they get to nurture their talent. And we have the sports and games facilities, both outdoor and indoor. But balancing the time, it's up to the individual, but we make sure our system allows them to pursue both.
Now, VIT Chennai is, of course, also host to Vibrance-2020, now in its 5th edition, an on-campus cultural extravaganza. What keeps students from over 100 engineering institutes across the country coming back year after year?
Well, I think they enjoy what they're doing here. So, the kids also love the challenge. See, some of the best institutions are participating. So it's the challenge of winning that brings them back. Of course, the prize money of 6 lakhs is also an additional lure for the students. And the events are all conducted very professionally here, on time, and the best team wins and all that. So I think that's the reason it becomes more and more popular every year.
Now, we've had the opportunity to interact with some of the students here on campus, and there seems to be as much a spirit of collaboration as competition, right?
Yes.
So where does that stem from in your view?
Well, I think that's the culture we bring in through our faculty members. So, these are the days where you cannot be growing as islands. Networking is very, very important. So they understand the importance of growing together, collaboration. You start off with, being independent, and then, or first you start off with being totally dependent.
Sure.
Then you become totally independent.
Right.
But later you understand that interdependency is the key for winning. So that's the culture we are trying to bring in.
Absolutely. And with Vibrance-2020, there seems to be such a heavy focus on the holistic development of the student. What role does that ultimately play in nation building and in creating well-rounded, socially conscious adults that will, essentially shape the future of this country?
See, what happens is, even though it's you think it's just a sport or just an event, fun event, there's a lot of things which go behind the screen. If you look at it, there are plenty of students. It's all conducted by the students, right? The students learn a lot when they organize. First of all, they learn teamwork.
Sure.
How to work with each other. People come from different parts of the country, different parts of the world. Everybody has their cultural bias. So you have to get over all those cultural bias and different attitudes and work together as a team. That's the biggest thing which you learn when you organize a cultural festival or any such festival.
Sure.
Second thing is leadership. There's a team captain. The leadership doesn't mean you boss around, right? You work with each other and bring the best out of your team members. So that's the second lesson they learn. So the teamwork and leadership are two great skills. And you also get to enjoy what you do, right? That's the third thing. These are all great work ethics which they learn when they conduct a fest like this. And this definitely leads to a great career. When the companies come and recruit at VIT, they don't just look at the technical knowledge, they look at how well they will work in their company. These are some of the traits which they learn indirectly. We don't directly teach them, but when they do this, they are automatically learning all of this.
Sure. And in your personal capacity and your professional capacity, where would you like to see Vibrance headed next?
Well, Vibrance, it's young. It's only in its 5th edition. I want Vibrance to be called as one of the best fests in the country. There are many bigger festivals, so every year it's becoming bigger and bigger. I'm sure it will reach a stage where this will be known as the best cultural fest in the country.
So thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure.